100 meters and enter the door of the old age home. Because the drive straight from the security room, you can see the other gate there. I saw him enter there. In a short time, I saw him bring out two sisters Anselm and Margaret. These two with hands tied with a plastic fastener. You see the microphone wires and all that we tie with the plastic with the hole inside, you put and pull, that kind, little longer one perhaps. Their hands tied like that, made them walk all the way, reached here, put them in the back seat of the car. Then he went the second time again, entered there. After a little time, he brought Judith and Reginette in the same way, reached here, put them along with the other two inside the car. He went a third time back again. After some time, he came back all by himself. I thought he killed the fifth one, and I didn't, but I never remember having heard any gunshot. Coming back here, he took the four out from the car. Then made the two stand there, Anselm and Margaret stand there, and the other two, Judith and Reginette, took along this drive some distance, and I could see them being taken into the garden area. I heard two gunshots. Then the other two, maybe from here to that bigger tree there, that much away, being fired on the head from behind. Say if one is there, another one here, like that. They came one by one, he took there and then shot on the head from behind. I could see the sisters just fall with the face down because their hands are tied. No sound, nothing else, only just the gunshot is just like the clapping of a hand because they are using a silencer gun. So Anselm was the last to be shot. I prayed, Jesus, have mercy on the sisters and those who were killing them. After that, the man came back to the car and now called me from where I'm sitting, come to the car. I thought, now it's my turn. Go into the car. Say maybe from here, I don't know. Yeah, just to the school ground, just there, that much. Maybe the car is parked. Going on the way, I just prepared myself with the Jesus, Mary, and Joseph in my mind and heart. Reaching the car, the man asked me if I'm a Muslim. I said, no, I'm a Christian. I was not with any cassock or any collar or anything. He uttered one Arabic word, I don't know the meaning anyway. After a little time, he opened the trunk or boot of the car, where we put the baggages and all that, bags and the suitcase and all that, the back of the car we put. So he opened that door. It's a complete enclosure. You cannot get in from there to the inside anyway. So he asked me to get inside. I never got in any time before. And he helped me to get in. He didn't injure me or anything. He had taken away my phones and all that before that. Made me sit in the middle and then bent my head, put in one side, lifted the leg and put in the other and closed the door. After a little time, somebody opened the door again and threw towards my feet side into the trunk and the white altar linen. And after Lenten season and all, after the Mass and all that, over the altar linen we put another cover, a cloth cover, a pink one. So these two I could see, and something was wrapped in it. When it was dropped, it made a little metallic sound. So I was thinking it was the tabernacle of the Sisters' Chapel. And if so, I knew there would be 5 or 6 small species and one which we use for the adoration. Anyway, they closed the door, and with me in it, in a short time, threw out the car. I thought Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament is coming along with me. I was thinking, okay. After some distance, they stopped the car, opened the trunk, took me out from there, and blindfolded me, put me into another car, no more in the trunk, and then drove further and some more time. Don't ask me how long and how much and all that, no idea. Okay, reached me to one house somewhere. They led me by hand because I'm blindfolded, and made me sit there for some time. After some time, they gave me some food. After some more time, they took away all that is belonging to me except my body and soul. Then gave me another set of clothes to wear, and blindfolded, hands and feet tied with a piece of cloth. That's how my stay of 1.5 years began. Okay. In this 1.5 year period, they have shifted me at a different period of time 5 or 6 times. They blindfold and take you in a car, long distance, but kept me in different places. The last place I think I stayed more than 1 year. Also, in this 1.5 year period, they have taken videos of me 5 or 6 times, in which mostly they were asking me to request help from Holy Father Pope Francis, Bishop Paul, and the Indian government authorities in the words, please help me, save me, like that I was told to say. When they made such a video, they would propose the date on which it is made, or they would write on a piece of paper and like a small banner, make me hold it and then take the picture. And that's one such date which I remember too well in my mind is 27th December 2016. So I knew only then that Christmas got over 2 days before of 2016. Otherwise, I have no information whatsoever, no phone, no newspaper, no TV, none of these things, nothing to read, nothing to write, most of the time blindfolded. And that's how my stay was. Well, you all prayed for me for the long 1.5 years. Thanks to the prayers of all of you and the sisters who died also, I'm sure they must have been praying for me also. Though I saw all the deaths, all these things that day, and some deaths and all that even before, from that time till today, I did not have any nightmare, no depression, no mental breakdown, any of these things. So no nightmare, so I could sleep. Thanks to the Lord, thanks to you for your prayers. And these people, I was kept not in any jail or a dark room or dungeon or anything. It must have been the homes of some of those men, because I could hear sound of women, little children, all that. So that's why I say, but I cannot see. I'm not allowed to see, look through the window or anything, blindfolded. Okay. So as I woke up, I just thanked God for the day. I just described my one day. The rest is more or less the same. As I woke up, I thanked God for the day, prayed the Angelus. Then I thought all the 5 sisters were killed, so pray 1 hour, Father, Hail Mary, glory be, and eternal rest for all the 5 sisters. And the others who were, I thought, were killed is to pray. Then a Divine Mercy Chaplet, 2 or 3 or 4 rosaries, a Stations of the Cross meditated, and a spiritual Holy Mass. No bread and wine, no books, all from the Mass we had today. I know the prayers of the Mass, not the proper of the day, but the other prayers, all knowing by heart. Recite those prayers either sitting or lying down, and ask Jesus spiritually for the bread and wine as a spiritual Holy Mass and a spiritual Holy Communion in which I prayed for everyone. This used to be my routine. Okay, then what more? I think it is 8:30 now. You said as long as I want. Well, maybe. So the days went by and something interesting happened maybe around approximately 3 months through my captivity. At the end of my stay in the 3rd place, I think, one day the man who used to give me food and spoke little English, they all speak Arabic only, I don't know Arabic. I can hear them speak and all, but I don't understand anything. Since if you don't understand anything of the other person is saying, then it will not disturb you, no? Only if you know that you are speaking about you only, then you will understand, and then only difficulties come. So I did not understand. So one day this man came with his mobile phone and with my Facebook profile picture. I had put this picture only just 3 weeks before 4th of March 2016. Though I worked from 2000 and I never put any Facebook pictures inside, cut from another one and just put that. That picture also was taken while I was going back from Abu Dhabi. Only I took that picture, one of my cars took it, and it was in the WhatsApp, so I cut that one and put it. So this man brought that picture in his mobile and showed me and said, "You look very nice," he said. So I asked him from where he got it, and he said from Google. After that he asked another interesting question for me. He asked, "Are these women not afraid of life?" So I thought to myself, he might be meaning the sisters. So with all my fingers up, I said, "All the 5 are dead." To my surprise, he says, "No, not all 5, only 4 are dead. 1 escaped hiding in a fridge or refrigerator." He did not use the English word, he used an Arabic word again. Anybody knows Arabic here? Dalaja or Dalaja. Okay. I learned the meaning of that word also while being with him only, because so though they are supposed to be bad people, this man used to give me hot water. Now somebody has given some warm water here, no? In a cold place. The place was cold. It was some throat irritation. You get warm water to drink is good, no? He used to give me hot water in a thermo flask. When it gets over, he used to refill and give. And they used to call this thermo flask as Dalaja, Dalaja. That's how I understood Daloja or Dalaja. I don't know whether I am saying it correctly. That's how I learned the meaning of that word. So it might be either a thermo flask or something cooling, something that way. Anyway, since that information came from him voluntarily, I thought it might be true, because I saw the 4 sisters being taken, that I was sure that they are finished, because 2 I saw also falling down with a shot. So I thought the 5th was in. Anyway, since that information came from him voluntarily, I thanked Jesus in my heart. Thank you, Jesus, for preserving Sister Sally. She was the superior of the house. The other 4 I had seen being brought out and then taken. So after this information was over, more than 1 year passed by. All what I can hear in this 1.5 year in captivity is the aeroplanes going overhead. In a short while, you will hear a huge explosion, maybe a few kilometers away, or constant gunfire. So nothing else. On the 12th of September, or I was freed on the 12th of September, 2017, after 1.5 year. Just in 2 or 3 sentences. On the 11th, actually journey started on 10th, went to some place, he said they are setting me free and all that, went and reached there till noon, and then he said not okay, we have to go back, went all the way back, evening reached back, again slept or rested. In the middle of the night again they asked me to change back again, and got into the car, drove all the way, night and then day till noon. And they parked the car somewhere in Yemen. It's all somewhere in Yemen. Then one or two cars or vehicle came nearby. Somebody opened the door where I sit, led me by hand. Now, if you ask me, you must have seen that dress in which I came, no? In the flight. Imagine that dress with a burqa over it. Okay, they have been. I was put a burqa over so that. Reasons are, it is forbidden for a woman to be asked to show her face, even in the government security, road checking, anything, nobody is asking. Maybe that's why they made me put on. So as they handed me over to them, the man inside that car lifted this and then looked, and he had my picture, one of those appeal pictures inside his phone. He looked at that one and then looked at my face, showed me, like it asked, is it you? I recognized that it is me. So I said yes, and then they put down this, they drove away with me inside. I don't know what happened to those who came and handed me over and all that. So they drove all that afternoon again, and then whole night. Later, they allowed me to keep the face open, but all what I could see was only the desert sands. I noticed that the car was traveling at 180 kilometers speed on the sand only, not in the tar road. So I just commented 180. Then that man said, no, we can go at 200 also. So then like that speed it was traveling. Around 3:30 in the morning of 12th September, the man said, welcome to Oman. That's when I realized I am truly freed. After in a half an hour, it reached a border military post of the Omani military. The doctor checked up my blood pressure and said, you have to travel by helicopter. I had a half an hour helicopter ride. Another airport reached, and which and all I don't know. Another doctor checked up my blood pressure and all that. And meanwhile, they gave me some coffee, tea or something like that also. And he said they are taking me to the capital of Oman, Muscat. That's where you see me coming down that flight. Okay. On the 12th morning, maybe, I don't know the time exactly, maybe 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock or something. Then after 2 or 3 sentences, thanking the Sultan, thanking God, thanking the Sultan and all those involved in my freedom, they drove me to a hotel in Muscat, gave me new shirt, shoes, socks, shaving machine, perfume, all that. So after a long time, I had a good shower bath in the hotel, shaved off all that long beard and all that. For my curiosity, there was a small weighing machine, no? In the hospital, and you'll find, no? You take your weight. one was there. So for curiosity, I just stood on it. It recorded 56.5 kilos. Today I think I must be 82 or 83 or maybe more. I may have to go back once again, Diamond, to reduce it. It's too much. It's already bursting now. And after some food and so on, they said they are taking me or sending me to Rome, back to the airport into another flight.